Hey, what's up, everybody? Loggy Poncho here. I've decided that the whole good morning, everyone thing is a little bit... Oh, there's my phone going off. It's a little bit weird because I make these videos in the morning only occasionally nowadays. So I think what's up is probably more appropriate. Plus, that's how I start my LPs. So that's how I kind of default to anyway. So I'm going to start another jigsaw puzzle now. This is a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. The image is that of a barn and some water. It's actually a really good jigsaw puzzle. So this is a bonus episode. I'm going to use this to fill up the missing episode, I think, from the... We missed videos on the 14th and the 16th. So this will probably be the 14th. But let me tell you why this is a good jigsaw puzzle. So you can see here in this puzzle, well, here's what you're going to look for to determine if a jigsaw puzzle is going to be, in my opinion, a good one. It should have several distinct areas. In each of those areas, it should be easy to pick up a random piece and say, where does this go? Oh, look. It's red. So clearly it's somewhere in this barn. I don't know exactly, but somewhere in this barn. So, you know, it might go... Actually, this one has some unique markings on it. I could probably place this one pretty quickly. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, I take it back. This piece is not actually that easy to place, but it definitely goes somewhere in the barn. So that's the idea here is, if you've got a jigsaw puzzle, you should be able to pick up a piece and tell, in a very general sense, where it fits. And you can see this is a $2 puzzle. That's a good deal for 1,000 pieces. So that's one category you want is, okay, if I pick up a piece, can I tell at least what part of the puzzle it fits in? Because for a lot of jigsaw puzzles, they're so complex, the imagery is so intricate and, in fact, crowded, that it's difficult to pick up one piece and say, I don't even know what part of the puzzle this fits in. So I like to be able to do that. I like to have some clue as to what component of the picture it's a part of. Now, some you never can tell. There's always going to be a few, like these dark areas down here. It's going to be some smudgy-looking black pieces. You can't really tell exactly where they're going to fit. They could be here. It could be like in this zone here. It could be up in the trees somewhere. You never know, but there's always going to be a few of those. So what you want to look for is several distinct areas that give you a starting point when you're working on the puzzle. So the barn is an obvious, great starting point for this puzzle. This white area where the water is foaming is another great area that's good to go. So if you had the edges done, which is always an easy start for any puzzle, and then you run across this white area and then start working on the barn, you're going to have this big chunk in the middle that you've basically figured out. Then you can go in for the water underneath, which is definitely easy to tell apart from the trees above. And then you have the sky up in the corner. So here you've got somewhere between 4 and 6 distinct areas. Sky, tree, barn, white foam, water, and then everywhere else. So something like 5 or 6 areas. And that's what you want in a good jigsaw puzzle, because it lets you break the puzzle down into smaller pieces. You can say, okay, I'm going to do all the sky pieces to start. That's how I probably will start this puzzle. Do all the sky pieces to start. And now I'm going to move on to the barn. Now I'm going to do this white, foamy area. Now I'm going to do all the rocks down here. You know, so it helps you to not get overwhelmed. And it also gives you several stages of satisfaction as you work through the puzzle. You can say, oh, look, I did this whole area. I did that whole area. So now it's like, oh, I'm halfway done. I'm a quarter done, or whatever. That's what I look for in a jigsaw puzzle. Let me give you another example. This is another puzzle of mine that I have. Stolen from my parents' house. The best place to get things is to steal them from your parents' house, just in general. So this puzzle, I'll hold it a little closer so you guys can get a look at what it looks like here. You got a house with some windows, a roof, a wall, some grass, a driveway, and some flowers. All those are different areas. This is a great jigsaw puzzle because you have the stone front, you have all the windows. Now, I like the windows in particular because if I pick up a piece and I see this crisscross pattern that all the windows have, I know that that piece fits in a window, but I don't know which one. So it's perfect because I have a general idea of, okay, this is a window piece. But I can't look at it and say, oh, this goes right here. So it has areas that are small enough to be solvable on their own, but big enough that it's still challenging. So when I pick up one piece, I know in general where it goes, but not exactly. Same thing for the flowers. If I pick up a piece that has flowers on it, it could have white, purple, or red flowers, and that could go in several different bushes. So if I have all the pieces with white flowers together, and I try and put them all together, it's not going to work, because some are over here, and some are over here, and they're separated by purple ones in between to boot. So it gives you an idea of, okay, well, it's not going to go in the top half of the puzzle, it's going to go somewhere down here in the flowers. But it's not so specific that it's too easy. And that's exactly what I look for in a jigsaw puzzle. I want that sort of medium level of difficulty where I can do it, and it takes some time, but it isn't just stupidly frustrating. Now that being said, I am looking at another jigsaw puzzle that I'd like to attempt at some point, which is a 1,000-piece puzzle where all the pieces are pure white. I've not yet decided if I actually want to invest $16 and buy this puzzle, but I'm considering it at this point. The one thing I did want to say in this video is thank you very much to Tomato Man, who gifted me Fallout on Steam. That's the game I've been wanting to play for a long time. I'm probably going to save it for a little while because I want to play it after I move into my apartment and where my internet will be slower. Because between now and then I want to keep doing HD LPs. So I will play Fallout. Thank you very much for sending it to me. I appreciate it quite a lot. It's been on my wish list for a long time, so I really wanted to play the first Fallout game. Ever since I played Fallout 3 in New Vegas, I've heard tales of how the first two had sharper humor, they were funnier, and they were more challenging. So I'd like to try them at some point. I already have Fallout 1 and 2. People have gifted me both of those, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you guys so much for sending me the stuff on Steam that you do send me occasionally. Every one of them is appreciated. I've only gotten, I think, less than 10 gifts from people in my entire career of LPing, so I appreciate every single one. But that's all for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on Let's Vloggy Poncho. I was ending it like it was an LP.